This is question 18 from lesson 9, which is the practice test on Trig 2. So what the question says is a student uses the angle of x is equal to pi over 6 to verify this identity. So if we were to, let's say this was a test question, what you would essentially be doing is you'd be splitting the identity in half, and you'd be putting in pi over 6 on the left-hand side and pi over 6 on the right-hand side. And what you'd be verifying is that left-hand side is equal to right-hand side. Because this is a multiple choice question, I'm just going to plug pi over 6 into one of the two sides. Your workbook does it, the teacher solution does it on the left-hand side, so I'll show you how to do it on the right-hand side, okay? So what we're essentially doing is we're plugging in pi over 6, so 1 minus the cos of pi over 6, and that is all over the secant of pi over 6. And I've got pi over 6 from the unit circle drawn here. X value is root 3 over 2 and y value is 1/2. So 1 minus the cos of pi over 6. Remember that the cos of pi over 6 is root 3 over 2. And that's all going to be divided by the secant of pi over 6. So just off to the side, I'm going to write down, remember that secant is a reciprocal of cos. So if the cos of pi over 6 is equal to root 3 over 2, then the secant of pi over 6 is equal to the reciprocal of root 3 over 2, which would be 2 over root 3. Okay, so the secant is 2 over root 3. In my numerator, I want to get common denominators because I have two fractions. So what I'm going to do to this one is I'm going to put this over 1, and then I'm going to get it in my numerator a common denominator of 2. So I'm going to times this guy by 2 and this by 2. And then what I have is I will have 2 minus root 3 all over 2, and this is being divided by the denominator, which is 2 over root 3. And from here, I'm going to multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second. So 2 minus root 3 over 2 times root 3 over 2. I'm going to put that in a bracket, that binomial. My denominator would be, because I've got two fractions that are being multiplied, it's 2 times 2, so I've got a denominator of 4. And then it's root 3 times this binomial. So root 3 times 2 is 2 root 3 minus root 3 times root 3 is 3. And this is equal to the right-hand side. If you plugged that pi over 6 into the left-hand side, you'd get the exact same thing. So 2 root 3 minus 3 over 4, which would be this question or that solution there.